All right, so we are back, and today is a very fun video. I wanted to wait on this one until the Jake and Tyron stuff was all done, but now that we're past that, we are taking a look at none other than Mr. Low Hands Logan. And while I'm still trying to figure out why Logan holds his hands lower than the price of a back alley hooker, I think maybe today we might figure it out because Milton, his coach, has done a video with Tony Jeffries up at Box and Burn in LA, and he pretty much broke down the style he teaches and why Logan fights the way he does. Now, I do know a little bit about Milton's teaching from the time he was training Shannon Briggs, and I think Shannon did win a world title, I think maybe even a couple under Milton. So yes, Milton's style has worked at the top level with big time names for a very long time, but the question I've always had, and what I hope this video explains today, is Milton's style, this reaction-based, low hands, very much built on reflexes and timing, that style, is it best for Logan Paul? I have my doubts, but let's take a look at this thing. Coach Milton with Tony Jeffries, the breakdown of Low Hands Logan and what makes this style so successful. Or not. Let's go.
My specialty is I could teach you how not to get hit.
Okay, Milton's gonna teach us how not to get hit. I'm trying to hit on Marilyn Monroe back here. What's up, girl?
One thing I noticed about how you teach is this left hand down here.
Oh, we getting straight to it. I like it, Tony. I like it.
The first thing they teach everybody is to do what? Keep your hands up.
Yeah.
Okay, keep your hands up and use what punch?
The jab.
The jab.
Big facts.
So here's what I do. I try to nullify your jab and take it away from you.
Nullify the jab. I mean, yes, you want to nullify someone's jab right away because it nullifies a primary use for range finding, for rhythm building, and for just landing punches and scoring early, right? You nullify the jab quickly, then there's not a lot to work off of. So yeah, of course, you want to nullify the jab. I'm with that.
You're gonna come right to here. Okay, so good. That's what you want to do. Now watch what happens. Bring your elbow back in.
He's gonna catch him. He's gonna parry him.
Okay, jab.
Boom.
So I block it like
Yeah.
My hands are here, so I block it here. Boom. Okay, pull it back. Now,
I mean, just looking at it the way it looks now, it just looks like a Philly shell without the body protection of the lead hand. That's what it looks like. The shoulders are rolled forward. He's catching with the backhand. I wouldn't say a lazy Philly shell, but just an open Philly shell. It allows you to have good vision, and again, you need great reflexes to be able to do it.
I could do so many different things. Jab again, I go here.
Yeah, that's the body. Slip underneath to the head. The only thing I worry about with stuff like this is this right here, where he's just basically bending at the waist, right? And there's nothing wrong with that to a degree, but it's almost like there's no balance. So say that the hook does come or the right hand does come behind this. My man Tony throws this right hand or just something to the shoulder of Milton. Just that force would shove him head over toes across this side of the ring. But I have seen Logan implement something just like this where he just bends over at the waist and pops the jab out. That's, again, just one of the drawbacks in my opinion. You get off balance pretty quickly.
Go here. Jab again, I go here.
This jab to the head is pretty slick from that position right there. That's pretty slick. And so there you have, on the other hand, one of the benefits, that jab can pop out from the hip and you don't expect it to come that high. So yeah, sure, you have a little drawback from the bend like that, but you also have the benefit of kind of throwing the unpredictable jab from the knee.
Okay, if I lean to this side, which hand are you gonna get hit with?
Throw a right hand.
Who are you gonna get hit with?
Which one?
I'm gonna, if you throw.
Oh, yeah.
Which hand, if I lean to this side.
Tony's so confused.
This one.
The right.
Right, yeah.
Right, so this is what I do. Jab, I go like this.
Yep.
And I just come right over the top.
I guess what Milton wants to do with this style is basically lull you into throwing shots because the hands are so low that you think there's no guard up at all, that there's no defense at all. It's what he said, slippery defense, right?
And I just come right over the top. I lean, so if you come here, that's what I'll lean.
Boom. Right over. Yeah, just a nice pull right hand, but again, the energy, the effort it takes, you have to be fresh, you have to have great reaction time, and again, your reflexes and instincts have to tell you that that's a jab coming towards you.
So by the time you pull that hand back, I can do this, by the time you pull it back, I'm going here.
Right.
Now, if you throw this one, I'm dropping here.
Dropping underneath.
Looking at you, pulling my, so I can see this hand here. So if you throw a hook, I'm already back here.
Right.
See, that's dangerous in my opinion. And I think Milton knows it's dangerous, but I guess maybe he thinks it conserves the energy just to have the hands lower because you're not always here and the shoulders aren't getting blown up. You better have fucking A1 pullout game. That left hook is gonna land harder than that girl you thought was in love with you but turned out to be a gold digger in divorce court. I'm telling you, it's dangerous stuff, man.
Now here's another thing you're gonna crack up. You see the way you just threw your hook?
Yeah.
You do it like this. Once your elbow goes up, I don't have to move. Now watch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, I don't have to move because you're never gonna hit me.
Out of range.
Once you see that elbow go up, don't even have to move. Just pull back slightly and look to shoot right away.
Right.
Now,
That's nice though. I like that. I like that. That's something I like, and it has nothing to do with hand placement. It's using your vision to recognize tendencies. If the guy has tells as to what he's gonna throw, whether it's an elbow flare or a couple of turns before that jab comes out, there are tells out there. So if you can find the repetitions and know what shot to counter with, I love that.
here's how my defense is. Okay, so now watch. Put this hand right here. Now, I see you have your hand up here, but
Tony wants to keep that right hand up. Smart man, Tony. Smart man.
hand right here. My hand's always gonna
So
be
this
right
one's
here.
low as well.
Right. Now, the reason why that one's low is because, I see everything you're doing from here.
Right.
So once you, I'm doing
Right, so he's basically saying, I see where your hands are, right? Milton's saying, I see exactly where you're gonna go with your hands because they're right here. They're in my line of vision. And again, this is a benefit of having a different angle to shoot from. When your hands are a little lower, the vision isn't necessarily, because you're not looking directly at the guy's hands, but everything is in that picture, right? Everything is in this little square space, so you see everything. So when the hands are a little lower and that's not in your line of vision, it does create some problems, especially defensively when the guy is attacking off the different angles. That's definitely a benefit of this style. Fair play.
And if you throw a two, I could go here. I can take it out the way. Now, if I want to hit you, I can hit you. If I want to push you, I'll take this in and I push you out my way. Throw a 1-2. Whop. That's all I'm doing.
That counters there.
Right. I always counter, right? As soon as they come, boom.
That's why I think he might just leave that lead hand by his hip, because they want that hook to counter right away. So as soon as that right hand comes out, they're like, boom, left hook over the top every single time. And I know this because I've seen Logan do it. I've seen Shannon Briggs do it. It is a staple of what they like to do. And I guess Milton and the fighters feel like it's quicker out of that position because it is, again, coming from the hip. It's maybe harder to see when you raise it from the knee. And yeah, it does confuse you a bit if you've been hit with a couple of jabs out of that position, then all of a sudden it is a hook over the top.
Now, put your hand right here. No, you put your hand. This hand right here.
Oh.
Okay. Now, if you're standing here and you're trying to jab at me, and I see it pop, this is all I gotta do. You see how fast that is? Pop. You see? So immediately I got your hand here. This is how I block.
That's kind of how Tyson Fury throws his jab too, with the backhand, kind of popping it out like that. And again, there are instances where this style absolutely is beneficial. When you have a guy with good reaction time that has seen this shot or has seen orthodox fighters throw out of certain positions over and over and over. The problem I see when I look at it is Logan doesn't do this. Logan likes to slip outside of the jab. He will parry maybe a couple, but he likes to do what Milton was doing earlier, where he kind of bends at the waist, puts his head over his toes, and pops his jab out there. I have seen the greats like Tyson Fury, like Muhammad Ali. I've seen them bounce a little bit with those hands low, parry, boom, outside of it, right? I've seen that. But again, it's not for everyone. And that's my concern when it comes to Logan. Can he continue to do this, get better at it to the point where it's beneficial in every round for him, not just early on?
Here's something funny. In my defense, I said I'm the best defensive trainer. I'm gonna put you through a little defensive drill and you're gonna crack up.
Let's do it.
Okay, so put your hands on your hips. No, but turn your boxing stance.
Yeah.
Now, this is so stupid, but you got your hands on your hips.
This is literally Milton's first session with Logan. He is teaching Tony Jeffries like he's Logan Paul in their first session. I love it.
Now, how the hell, and again, you gotta lean right back here. So now, all right, just stand up. Don't bother bend now.
So I want y'all to watch this. Tony instinctually wants to bend his knees, right? Just as in a good boxing stance, you know, be a little bouncy, knees slightly bent.
How the hell, and again,
Watch him.
you gotta lean right back here. So now,
Look, he wants to be in those bent knees. Immediately, Milton sees it. It's like, nah, we're not having that. Watch this.
don't bother bend now.
So he doesn't want those knees to be bent. And this is, again, a concern that I've had for Logan, his inability to be able to move his lower body, right? Or to generate any power out of that lower body because his legs are so stiff. It's hard to generate and really throw and sit down on punches when you don't have any power generated from down here. And with those stiff legs, it's kind of hard to enter and exit range. What Milton's going to show Tony here and what Logan does, there's a lot of upper body movement and bending at the waist.
Show me your back elbow. Good. Take it back. Show me your back elbow. Look how easy the punch slipped.
Right, yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Show me your front elbow. Okay, look, just go like this real quick. Front, you have to move your foot, by the way. too. Go. Boom. Back elbow. Okay, now take your head and pull it back. So now, touch your toes. Touch your toes.
Tony's like, hey, yo, what? Touch what, dude? What kind of training we get into now? Hold on a second.
Touch him.
Put me on.
Touch him. Okay, look at me when you touch him.
Okay, even still weirder, yo. You can't say, look at me when you touch him. This is my problem with this, is look at how much effort this takes,
Touch him.
right? Look at, he's basically, I mean, he's looking at the floor because Tony doesn't know what the Milton wants him to do.
Look at me when you touch him.
There it is. Look at me when you touch him. Look at how much effort that takes. I understand the idea is to avoid the right hand, but how does Tony counter this? Like, how does he counter a right hand here? Is he just going to pop the jab from his knee here and just be like this with the jab? Like, again, I know it's over exaggerated and we're doing like basic little drills here, but even still, this is the one I'm just like, I don't know. It just takes a lot of effort to go a very, very far distance just to avoid one shot. When really he could just slip outside of this and be on the other side of you.
Pull, drop. Pull your head back. Pull your head back.
All right, so that's how he wants him to get out. He wants him to pull all the way back. I mean, yeah, you know, you've avoided that shot. What's to stop this guy from, again, as he's throwing these shots, Milton's not moving, right? Milton's not coming into range. But what's to stop this guy from sliding this lead foot closer to range, sliding this right foot closer to range, and bombarding you with more shots? Because at a certain point, you're going to have to move. These feet are going to have to move. If not, you're going to get caught with something. These two I'm okay with. That, boom, I like that. Straight right hand down the pipe, off the slip. Or step in, pivot, and work the body here. Or again, right hand over the top. Duck under, left hook over. Or again, as you duck under, right hook to the body. I like all that. It's just that one.
Then I'm going to show you how to walk to me and how to walk away from me. So you're going to go tap, 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 tap.
Right.
Okay, so when you come forward, now watch what you're going to do. Tap, 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 tap.
Okay.
Come forward. Nope.
Even if you're a high-level boxer, I think Tony was a bronze medalist. When you are learning new techniques and you're learning different things, even at this stage, it's going to feel like you're kind of brand new to it. So Tony, he's asking him to duck while he's stepping in, duck under the right hand, and Tony slips on the outside and almost gets caught with it. That should be a good lesson for everybody. You're never going to be an expert at everything. And that's in any sport you do, there's always things to learn. And that's why, even if I don't agree with everything Milton does or says, I love the ability to learn new things. Like Tony is now learning new ways to slip under shots, new things to implement into his game. And yeah, he looks like a new guy doing it because he's never done it. That's not just for amateurs and people that have never boxed. It's for high-level guys that have just never done these specific movements.
You got to duck. Tap, tap. You had you right there. Now, in a real fight, that's what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to come, I'm going to go wham, and I'm going to pick my elbow up to keep your head up here.
Sneaky little trick right here, man. These are, again, these old school tricks of the trade in boxing. Milton, after throwing the right hand, guy slips under just to keep him there or just to irritate him. If the referee doesn't see it, just pop that elbow up. And then here comes the left hook over the top. These little old school tricks of the trade, I fucking love.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come here, tap back. Boom.
Right, yeah.
Okay, tap.
Yep.
Tap. I call it Russian roulette with your face. Because if I'm fighting you, I'm going like this.
Russian roulette with your face.
Hit me at it. So when you try to hit me, I'm going here. Why?
Okay. Yeah, so this is a lot of Roy Jones Jr.-esque stuff, right? This is the basis of what Milton's style is. You need to have great reaction time. You need to have speed. And your reflexes, through instinct, through building this, have to be on point, right? Oh, nope, you ain't touching me. That out of here. Slipping, rolling underneath, right? That stuff's all good. And a guy like Roy Jones or a guy that's a high-level boxer would be able to pull that off no problem. My question and the biggest problem I have with this, can Logan himself, Logan Paul, can he do this? And yes, in the Floyd Mayweather fight, he went 8 rounds, absolutely. But all that stuff Milton's showing there, we didn't see a lot of that in the later rounds, right? We didn't. We saw Logan doing a lot of the level changing and the clinching off the jab. That was kind of it. So that's kind of where the hesitation from me comes when I talk about Logan's style and why Milton might not be the best fit for Logan's longevity. I could see Logan fighting more like a guy like Anthony Joshua or someone else that is very muscle bound and did practice the fundamentals to a degree that makes him great because he doesn't have to utilize a lot of energy to get to points he needs to, and he still maintains big power throughout the fight. That, I feel like, would be a better fit for Logan, but like I said, if he could do this for 8 rounds and be Roy Jones Jr.-esque, fair play.
I got my body shot, which just in case you come to the body, this is here. Yeah. What you see, so all this is right here. I'm still watching. Boom, there you go. So that's my defense. Go do it again. So that's my defense. Pop, 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 slip, roll, catch.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So catching is the whole thing with this.
And again, he talks about catching. Logan has shown an ability to at least turn the hand over and try to catch, but even, you know, in the KSI fights, there wasn't a lot of catching of KSI's jabs and right hands. I didn't see a lot of that in the Floyd fight really at all either. Logan was doing a good job of getting out of the way in those fights. For the most part, KSI with a little bit more reach, he was able to touch him to the back of the head and put him down. And that's, again, part of the reason why this is so dangerous, because when you have a guy that's inexperienced as a boxer, not just inexperienced in that style, but inexperienced as a boxer, learning a style that doesn't benefit guys that are inexperienced, it is a little tough to find ways to combat what happens when you do get rocked, or when that style is great in the first couple of rounds, but not necessarily great in the last couple. All right, so there you have it. I don't have a problem with Milton's style as it pertains to the highest level of boxing, or for boxers that are experienced in the fundamentals of boxing, the basics of the hands high, the ability to protect themselves when they are a little tired. The thing that I guess my drawback is Logan is an inexperienced boxer. Now, yes, he's been doing this 3 years, but in the overall scheme here, he's an inexperienced boxer with a style that he is still also learning, so you could say he is somewhat inexperienced with. Either he's just gonna have to rack up more and more time with this style and hope that his speed and reaction time are enough to avoid big time shots and not zig when he should have zagged into a shot that hurts him badly. Because that's the big drawback. When your hands aren't high and your movement fails you, your hands aren't there to save you. But yes, like I said, for the most part, I like what Milton's showing here. I might not agree with every single thing, especially the touching the toes and trying to get out of range while staying stagnant with your legs straight up. But again, I'm not a boxing coach. Milton has coached world champions. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know more than the guy does. He's done this for years. I'm a dude behind a computer screen, for God's sakes. My thing, and my opinion, which again doesn't mean a lot, maybe to you guys, but in the grand scheme of things, is that this style is still a little problematic for Logan. I don't know if it's the best way to utilize his ability. I wish we could see more boxers like that. They'd all be Roy Jones Jr. out here sleeping dudes and making a miss, clowning them in the middle of the ring, showing crazy speed on the jab and doing it for 12 rounds. But unfortunately, not everyone is Roy Jones, and not everyone, in my opinion, is suited for that style. And the biggest question as we leave off, is it the best style for Logan Paul? I think I have those answers, but as Logan continues to fight, I guess we'll find out.